About 100 million bicycles are manufactured worldwide each year. And did you know there are twice as many bicycles than motored vehicles? 1 billion bicycles are being used right now, and I am riding one of them. My name is Anna Jackson and I recently started cycling. Bicycles are a great mode of transport and they easily take me from A to B. However, being a cyclist in Birmingham is not as easy as I initially thought. First of all, there are only a few bike lanes, which forces cyclists to ride on the pavement, which is in fact illegal. And secondly, both members of the public or cyclists don't know about the proper safety regulations put into place.
I do like riding a bike, but the roads are quite dangerous in Birmingham, so I don't think I could brave it.
There are a lot of cyclists and there are some great cycling clubs, but often drivers don't like cyclists and they don't like you being in the road.
I don't think there's enough particular roads put aside for cyclists, or at least cycling part of the road. So even when I'm walking to the railway station on the pavement, I've been kind of surprised sometimes to find cyclists overtaking me without really, so I think there should be more road space for cyclists rather than them having to use the pavement.
Last April, the government announced that the Cycling Ambition Fund, which was aimed at local authorities or major cities that have what they call the City Deal, which is a process in place to bring about economic regeneration following the recession. We put a bid in for 17 million, and in August the 12th, big day, we won it, which we're extremely proud about. The City Council's also put in 7.3 million of its own into the pot, so we've got £24 million to spend on cycling over the next 2 years. We've basically put a pin in the middle of the city centre, if you like, and drew a radius around there that is up to 20 minutes of cycling, and took that as the starting point of this strategy. That's where we're going to focus the most bulk of this money to start with. The city centre is extremely difficult for cyclists to access, so the idea would be to look at that and allow cyclists and pedestrians to move around the city in a much freer and more emphasis on cycling and pedestrianisation. So a lot of the funding that we've got will go towards walking as well within the city centre. The next element of the funding will go towards, I'm going to be building 38 new routes, up to and including those that 20-minute zone. Of those 38 routes, around 11 of them will be on key strategic corridors, and the other 27 or so will be on using more quieter roads, more side streets and that sort of things.
So, before we get too excited, let's talk about the health and safety regulations, which are a very important part of riding in Birmingham city streets. You don't want to get injured now, do you?
Health and safety of riding a bike is to preserve your own safety, so be aware of your situation, be aware of the road conditions, and be aware of the traffic around you, especially when making manoeuvres, turning left or right onto main roads. Most cyclists are very aware of the dangers, and you'll see cyclists wearing helmets, high-vis jackets and lighting. A lot of cyclists now also seem to be wearing personal worn video cameras to video any incidents that they might have on their journeys to and from work. But more and more people are cycling to and from work. A lot of police officers cycle to work because it keeps them fit and saves going to the gym. And also you can time your own journeys. You're not reliant on public transport, and you're not reliant on a diesel or a petrol engine to pollute the atmosphere. To fulfil cyclists' needs, better facilities, better road, better cycle routes in and around the inner city, coming to the outside, the outskirts, link up with public transport, similar to what they've got in London, where you have the bike racks and things like that.
The bicycle is the most efficient mode of transport ever created. It keeps you fit and saves you money. So why not go get one? Let's find out what advice local bike shops have to offer.
We in Bicicello sell a variety of bikes, from urban commuting bikes that are ridden locally to mountain bikes that are ridden off-road on the trails of Cannock Chase, Sandwell Valley, to performance race bikes that are Tour de France spec. Understanding how that bike works, whether it's right for them, the fit is so important, not having the wrong size fitting bike, and are the tyres suitable for where they're going to be riding it. Does it tick the boxes in for them, for what they want to do? Has it got to carry luggage on it? How are they commuting if they're moving their clothes to work, say? As a cyclist myself, I'm probably an unusual cyclist. When I've been abroad, I've raced there, been treated like almost a premiership footballer, because you're racing abroad, you are treated like royalty. Birmingham, we need to just educate, make it the norm for people to see people on bikes. I've ridden in Holland, I'm going along a cycle path, and I've come to brake into a junction where there's a car coming, and the lads with me have said, no, the car's stopped. So we just go and the car's automatically stopping because they know the bike gets right of way. We're a long way from that here yet, but it will come.
Your bike is not just for helping you get around, it's for having fun too. The city is full of bike lovers, and Birmingham Bike Foundry is the best place to meet new people who share the same passion. So follow me.
There's quite a few barriers to cycling, particularly in Birmingham, but just in general in the UK, I think. So we wanted to help people overcome some of those barriers, and we think that the most effective way to do that is to be more sort of community focused. So most of our customers, I'd say, are local people from the area, from Sturchley, and we hope that by giving these people access to affordable bikes and affordable repairs, and enabling them to work on their own bikes here, will sort of encourage more people to be able to use cycling as a means of transport. We refurbish donated bikes, so we fix up bikes that we're given and sell them on at affordable prices to get people on the road. We do repairs, like most bike shops, so if you've got a problem with your bike, people can drop it in and we'll fix it. We do training. In fact, this is our training room. So we train members of the public in how to maintain their bikes safely. We teach them how to build wheels, just basic stuff like punctures, safety checks, and then there's a more in-depth course where you sort of strip a bike down to the frame and rebuild it.
Did you know you can travel 3 times faster on a bicycle than you can walking and burn the same amount of energy? But is it faster than public transport? This is Jag, who is going to be taking a bus from Edgbaston to Birmingham city centre, whilst I'll be riding my bike to the same destination. Challenge accepted?
Bring it on.
Ready, set, go! city centre and there's no sign of Jag, so maybe I won.
Oh God, how long have you been here?
About 10 minutes.
Oh man, I should have taken my bike.
Bikes are definitely quicker. Did you know? Cycling on a daily basis would enable you to be as fit as a person 10 years younger than you.
Birmingham's got loads of really important historical sites which people generally don't know about.
More and more people will take it up for commuting, for sport.
Whether you would like to cycle to work or cycle for pleasure, ensure you have the correct safety gear for your journey and you are up to date with the highway code.
There'd need to be infrastructure work, and there would need to be a lot of people changing their opinions basically, but both of those things can happen.
It will increase, it's got to. The price of parking, the price of fuel, people have got to commute cheaper.
It seems like Birmingham will go through many changes, and cycling in Birmingham has a bright future.